All right, so look, whatever Canva is doing, right now we're not playing Playhouse with it. We're gonna keep moving. And today I want to quickly get us set up with our main enemy, okay? I'm going to move swiftly because a lot of this you have seen, and then I'm going to add a step. And I think what I want to do is start with that step. So, all right, let me get my monitor set up here. Make sure I'm recording. All right. So we are going to, hopefully today, I'm going to get us as far as I can. Set up an enemy. This enemy will patrol, chase, and attack. We will replace the mesh. We will try to go ahead and get a health widget on top of its head. And depending on what that looks like, we might stop there. Because that in itself is a huge feat. When we come back next week, we'll go back and we'll make it accept damage, take damage. What else? And die. We'll call all the animations. I'm going to start out by going to Paragon and to go to Fab and get a Paragon character. The reason why I like the Paragon characters is because they already have animation blueprints and animations, and I don't have to worry about it. The less I have to think about, the better. Now, if you need a human character, they've got, y'all know Paragon. Let's go look at it. So I'm just going to hit the Fab button right here. Um, hi. And I'm just going to search up, crap, I can't see my keyboard.
Would we also be covering like possibly like Mixamo animations, like putting that in the Unreal?
No.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it's not hard. I can make a separate video on it. But you have to pre-plan. For example, and let's do it after we set this character up. I'll do a separate video and just walk you through it because you're going to need to make an animation blueprint, right? And when you see and it may not be until next week, I might try to get to it today. It depends on how swiftly I can move. You'll have to have an idle. You'll have to have an attack. You'll have to have a run. You probably want a death, right? At least those four. That way you can call them in a montage so your character can do whatever you need it to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Thank you.
But I can definitely do it. It's just an animation, right? That's the key. So I'll do that for you for sure. All right. So I'm going to, I still can't see my keyboard. All right. Oh, snap. Can y'all still see my screen?
It's gray.
Oh,
Okay.
there it goes.
Now
Okay.
it's normal.
It's
Yeah,
working.
I did something special. I'm trying to calm down. I feel like I've been moving and I'm gonna try not to make mistakes. So we'll see how that goes. So if y'all haven't seen the Paragon characters, here they are. I'm gonna use something different than the last time. Uh, and definitely think about the story of your level. Um, I'm trying to figure it out. I didn't pre-plan, so. Mm, ew, don't like that. That Christmas. I'm gonna go with the bear, I think. I like him a lot. Last time I used this guy, and the reason why I liked him was because he had two weapons. Um, I don't think I've used Rampage before. And what I'm thinking about when I'm looking at this is where do they attack from? Well, he's got some really big fists, so he's gonna need to be able to attack the ground, right? If he gets close and he doesn't attack, he probably has a swing as well. But I'm just kind of looking, so I wanted to kind of try to walk y'all through the different characters. We will also be replacing our main character. I think I do want to use that other guy. So, and you can see that I have all of these in my library. Had them there for a very long time, but I'm just going to click here and add it to my project because I went through my project. I think y'all know this. All you have to do is add it to your project. So just going to do that and let it do its thing, which I need to check and see, did it do its thing? The human. What's this guy's name? Rampage. I feel like I'm just looking blindly. That person. Let me hit it one more again. Yeah, it's probably in this fab folder. Nope. Worst come to worst, I'll go in a different way and add it. Oh, me and my spelling, man. Characters, content.
I think you're still downloading it. You see at the
Yeah.
bottom right.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't even paying attention. That's why, see, that's why I'm like, what am I doing? I feel like I need to pause for a second. So let me pause the video because I'm downloading. I'm going to mute and take a few breaths. How about that?
All good.
Okay. Pause. Resume that. And if I don't see it, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll go back and get it a different way. There he is. Is that him? Looks like it. Doesn't look like it, but let me see what this is. Yep. Okay. Game Paragon Rampage. Game. There he is. Okay. Great. Let's get this party started. So I want to do what we did before. And that's going to be the thing that allows me to quickly move because all of this should be familiar, right? So I'm going to go in my enemies folder. I will do in, is my fan bothering y'all or y'all are good? Can y'all hear the fan in the room?
I can't hear it.
I
Okay.
can't hear anything.
Okay, perfect. My office is super high. Okay, let's play Playhouse with the enemy. So we already had an enemy that was able to patrol, right, and chase. And I don't even remember which one it was, but we're going to do a behavior tree for this last enemy. All right, just call him enemy main. So the things we need are a blueprint. I will go over to one of the green, yellow, red, the traffic light characters. I do want to make just a duplicate of those because it is a child of the main character. I'll make a duplicate of the material as well. And we'll start to set up the blueprint, the interface. I think that's a new word for y'all today. The AI controller and the patrol and the chase. So we already know how to do that. So that's what I'm going to walk us back through. So let's get it done. First things first, I'm going to go get those characters. So I'm just going to do a duplicate. And I'm going to actually call this one BP enemy main. And then I'll do a duplicate of this one and enemy main. And then we'll move these into our new folder. All right, so easy peasy. And I'll change this color to something neon green in it. Slate blue. All right, we'll double click. And I'm going to strip all of this fun stuff out. Also going to get rid of all of the variables. This would be the only benefit of doing it fresh, right? Because you don't have to do extra work. I'm going to go back to the mesh go here so you can see what I'm doing. And just drag that so we have the slate blue. And compile and save. I'm probably also going to go ahead and let me make sure I don't have anything else. And clean up my level as well. I mean, everything's working, so let's save all. All right, so we'll pause and clean up right quick. Let's start here. These are a great thing to delete. Because these are working, I'm not really worried about it. I did see some things going on with the nav mesh today. There's some errors happening. Also, I wonder if, and this is specifically for anyone who was in Studio 2 with me this morning, I wonder if the nav mesh is having some issues. I'm not sure if all y'all know, but Tuesday is update day. So I just wonder if that's what's going on. So really not going to worry about it. Last character, so we will delete that character and delete this one. So cleanup done. I'll bring the other character lead, follow, all that fun stuff in here in a little while, and I'll move us up here so I don't have to run through anything. All right, so now that we have our enemy, let's go set up the AI controller. Second. Actually, let's go do the interface, the behavior tree. So right here, right click, AI intelligence, behavior tree. We'll call it behavior tree underscore enemy main. And we'll double click and go inside. Make sure it's not opening up somewhere else. There it is. All right, and then from here, I'm just gonna go right here. Let me make sure I'm recording as well. All right, I'm gonna go right here and hit Blackboard and I'm going to leave the move to target. Now, why would this guy already have a move to target? Because it says AI lead. That is interesting. Let's close that. Double click. Enemy main. I may have just, no. Y'all see that? That's crazy. All right, so let's go make a behavior tree. So we're gonna come here, artificial intelligence. I mean a Blackboard. Let's do a Blackboard.
Sorry, what
BB.
just happened?
It's pointing to enemy main. It's pointing to my AI lead, which is very odd. It has no reason to point to it. The only thing that I can think that would cause it to do that is the controller here. So I think it behooves me to delete this. This is the blueprint for the character. And do a third person and just make a child, do it fresh. Do y'all see what's happening? It's pointing to something else.
It's using the old blueprint.
Yeah, so in my head, I just don't have time. So let's keep it going. So let's create a new copy or child of the third person. And let's move it into our folder. Move here. And what's funny is they have no reason to be connected. I'm going to do this fresh as well. Both of these fresh. Double click. Now, this character does not have an AI controller. It could be that it was calling the AI controller, right? We haven't done that yet. So let's see what happens. So right click again, artificial intelligence, behavior tree. Let's try it again. Behavior tree, enemy main. Let's double click and go inside. And let's do a Blackboard. That is so interesting. Huh. That's new and exciting. because now I have something to try to fix. All right, I'm not. It is what it is. Let me figure that out. I'm gonna go here, implement interface. All right, so let's go make an AI controller. So we'll go, and I believe it is blueprint class, I think. Let's go here. And we'll search up AI space controller. And it's this one. And we'll select it. And we'll call this enemy main controller. Let's see if that has something to do with it. We'll save it. And then in our blueprint, we'll make sure we're up under class settings. We'll look up controller. Control. Oh. Yeah, this just shows I'm off. It's all good. Oh, please. There's always an answer. Implement interfaces. Control. That's why I have my notes. Hold, please. Do y'all have notes? I love my notes.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I love my notes. Worst come to worst, I just gotta flip back, so I'm so good. Hi. That's the benefit of having this online, because imagine if we were in class. Just, anyway. All right, AI lead, yep, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Got it. I don't know why that Blackboard is doing that. That's a little odd. Decorator. Could be that I'm in the wrong place. Let me go back here. Yep. So it's under class defaults. I'm gonna go ahead and change the AI controller class to enemy main controller. And we got that. I'm gonna finish setting this character up right here. And what we want to do is get the pawn sensing in on this character, and then we're gonna move it over into the controller character. The purpose, the AI controller. The purpose of that is because the controller is doing exactly what we're saying, controlling the character, then we want to put it over here. So the way we start this, as you know, you're going to get the components, but we get to tweak it over here relative to the character. So let's do it quickly while I think through that Blackboard. So pawn sensing, we'll add it, and then let's tweak these values. Variable, socket, no socket. Hearing threshold, sensing update. I'm okay with only sensing players. That means us. Sea pawns could be anything, so any creature. If you're doing if you're doing a sneak anything, you want to do the hear noises. I don't really care. Anyway, sensing updates, yeah, we want to leave that. And so the hearing threshold, I could literally just take it down to their ears. I don't really care. LOD, how far away? Or not LOD, LOS hearing, how far away? What's their threshold? Don't really care. I'm going to leave it there. But sight radius, I care about a lot. How much on the sides, and then not the interval. Let me undo the interval. The peripheral angle. Let's see. Oh, never mind. It's back at 180. What does 75 look like? So 75. Make it a pretty narrow cone. Y'all see that? It's can't really see. No real vision unless you're right in front of them. I don't know if that's the thing or not. I think I wanted a little bit wider. So I just wanted y'all to see me play with that. So I'm going to compile and save. I'm going to right click and I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to go into that AI controller and I'm going to pretty much just paste it in. Paste. So it's the exact same thing that we have on the character, but it's in the function, the class that is controlling the character. So I'm going to compile and save and go back and delete it out of the character. Okay. The character is literally at this point just about the mesh. Okay. And what the mesh does. So that was just so that it was in relation to the size of the character. If our character was something else, then we would, especially if it was like a Titan, it would be different, right? We couldn't put it from the same perspective. Eye line wise, if you look at this angle right here, it wouldn't be in the right place. Does everybody understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So we don't want to connect to the, no, we don't want to connect it. You keep yours. I don't know what I've done to make mine connect to that. And that's why I'm kind of stalling to think through it. So no worries. So now that we're in the controller, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of blueprint before we do anything else. So I'm going to go to the event graph. And with the pond sensing selected, I can scroll down. And what we're basically going to say is on CPON, it's right down here in the bottom. So on CPON, we're going to set a value as Boolean. I think I'm ahead of myself, but we're going to go ahead and set it up. Set, and we'll come back to it. Value as bool. Let's see, set value as bool. Yep, that's it. And it's connected to the Blackboard. We don't have a Blackboard yet, but that's okay. We'll get one in just a second. So let me compile and yeah, let's leave it there. You see there's an error. Let me go try to get my Blackboard. Let me do my Blackboard first. Blackboard, maybe. Let's see what it does. Let me save. Double click. All right, so the Blackboard is good. All right, so let's right click, behavior tree, enemy name. Yeah, I already got it. Okay, but let me see. This probably was all I needed to do, new Blackboard. That's all good.
Sorry, out of curiosity,
Yeah.
so this animation pack, do they also use like the Manny skeleton for animations?
Yeah, whichever one you lead it, but you're gonna end up changing that asset.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna end up changing it. Let me do new Blackboard here. I'm in my BT main. Let me do new Blackboard. And maybe that's all I needed to do. I told y'all I was off. It's all good. Enemy main. All is well in the universe. Look at that. Thank goodness. Don't ask me why I had a problem with that, but you know what? We're gonna keep moving. All right. So let's see, where are we now? Now that we have the Blackboard, let's go back to that main controller. And let me get rid of this. Let me do this again. I think I'm missing something. Let me go into my Blackboard and see what I'm missing. And then there's one more thing we need to set up, and that's going to be an interface. And that talks about how we connect with the character. So give me 1 second. All right, so in our Blackboard, in our Blackboard, we need to set, this is the Boolean that it wants. We need to create a new key, and where it's going to be of type bool, and it is going to be called is seeing. Are we seeing the character? Let's see if there's any settings we need on here. It's seeing it's a Boolean, and so we will save. Now let's go back to our controller, and we can come out of this and then set value as bool. There it is. And now we should be able to finish this off. So let's pull this out. And so now from the target, we're going to say get Blackboard. Get Blackboard. It's a function. I'm going to leave it as self. And then we're going to get the literal name. So make, pull out a key name. Make literal name. I don't tell anybody I can't spell. There it is. Make literal name. And because I can't spell, I'm going to go get that variable is seeing. So I'm just going to copy it. And enemy controller, I'm going to paste it right here. Enter to activate. We should be, make sure you check this, the Boolean value. And then let's compile. And we are green across the board. Okay, something's starting to work. Thank goodness. Starting to worry there for a minute, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. All right. What's next? Let's go and let Ola check her notes. How about that? So we need to implement the interface. I think that's one of the main things I haven't done yet. So let us go back into the controller, because that means that whatever we just did, nothing's gonna work, right? So right here on event begin play, we're gonna come up here and pull out and say run the behavior tree. And then the self that we just did below, it'll know which one. This one is what I'm referring to, the get Blackboard. So it'll know which one to do. And we're gonna do enemy main. And this should be done. I'm saving everything. Okay, let me pause for a quick breath. Everybody good so far?
Mhm.
Yes? Okay. This is all familiar, so it shouldn't be new. Go for it. Did I have a question? Are you good to go?
I'm good.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we need to set up 2 tasks. There is one other thing I do want to do, and that is to do an interface. So we're going to close this. So we're going to right click and go to Blueprint and Blueprint Interface and BPI Blueprint Interface. We're going to keep it consistent, enemy main. And in here, we're just going to name a function called, and it's right here on the right. We're going to call it enemy attack. We'll use that shortly, but we need to go ahead and set it up, okay? So all we have to do is compile and save. And sometimes there's some default things already in Unreal. We just need to tell it to attack, and then some of the attack functions, well, already it'll just kind of go. Again, what's crazy with UE is there's so much in here. You're like, well, how do you find that? And how do you know that? I got nothing, because it's just a lot. And for me, it takes having to go through like 12 different people's tutorials to put my own like process together. So when I try to come to y'all, and I hate it when I have rough days like this, because that means that it extends the video, and then, you know, it's going to be this, I don't need it long. I need it quick, fast, and in a hurry for y'all. So let's go into the blueprint for the character, and we're going to implement this interface, and we'll see how it works. Again, if you see something like this where it doesn't look quite right, just open up the full blueprint editor here, and then you should be good to go. So we'll know we're in the right place. All right, so I'm going to look for interface. And I think this one is where I want to be under class settings. We're going to see implemented interfaces, and we're going to click here, and I just named it enemy main. And this will be what helps us call the attack. Okay, everybody good with that? I think this is the only thing that's been new for us. Give me a thumbs up if everybody's good.
How did you get to that?
I went to the class settings, and then because I cheat, I put in interface, and that's where it is right here, okay? You got it?
I got it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Let's go do things we know how to do, like patrol, and chase. How about that? So I'm gonna go to my chase. And so and close that, in the behavior tree, I'm gonna come here, and we're gonna do a new task. Not look at, it'll be of BT task blueprint base. And we're gonna call it BTT. This one is the chase. And then I'll go ahead and leave that up. I think I want to do the patrol first because that way we can ensure that we're moving, right? Can't chase you if it's not already patrolling. So I'm gonna go back to the blueprint, the behavior tree. I'm gonna go back and create a new task, and we'll do another blueprint base, and we'll do BTT underscore patrol. All right, so in the patrol, we're gonna do right here in the functions, we do execute, receive, execute AI. This is the one. So it's the event. And then we're going to do AI move to, that's the default event. Again, this is something we've already seen. AI move to, and where are we moving to? We are going to be moving the control pawn, not the owner of the controller, so the control pawn. We're also going to get the actor location. And then we're going to get a random reachable. Remember that where there's some points, and within the points or the radius, they can move around. So we're going to get that within a radius. So we'll get random reachable. Put an E in there. All right, we'll do it within radius. Radius for me at the moment is going to be 2000. Make sure you tweak that if that's too big. Again, the radius is too big of a circle around the point where the character is standing. Everybody got me? So this character, let's just use my pawn. It's going to be 2000 units around that where the character can move. Everybody got it? Give me a thumbs up.
Yep.
Okay. I hear one, but I don't see anything else. Thumbs up, please. Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I had
It's
too many
okay.
tabs open I couldn't get to.
I get it. I get it. Okay, so we're gonna wire that into the destination, and don't worry, I will make sure I post these up for you, okay? Acceptable radius. 5 is not gonna do. I'm gonna put 700 in here because I want it to be able to move across some distances. And instead of using the regular output pin, we are gonna do something on success and on fail. So we're gonna finish the execute. So let's just right click and do finish execute. But we need to do it for both situations. Copy and paste. And on success, the Boolean should be set to true. This one will set to, nope, this one will set to true. Once checked, this one is automatically false. So when it's failed, we'll go there. So the top one is checked. I will also, when I post these pictures up, I will make sure I circle these, okay? Because sometimes you'd be like, it didn't work, and usually it's going to be something small like that. All right, so patrol, there we go. We're so great to go. Let's go back into here, and this is our behavior tree. And hold on, please. There we go. All right, so in our behavior tree, we are going to do we're going to do a sequence. So hopefully y'all remember this as well. We're actually going to do 2 sequences. We're going to do one on this side as well. I didn't like that. I gotta wait. Okay. I'm going to do this one. And we're going to name it patrol. So anything over here will be associated with the patrol. We will have to do a decorator. Hopefully you remember the decorator. And then we're going to call from the sequence. Remember, the sequence allows us to do a wait. It's going to cycle through a bunch of different things. So we'll do that. And now we'll call the task itself. So there it is, BTT patrol. And we're going to save. And then let's just see what happens. I just need to make sure it's moving. Let's hit play. In editor. I mean, listen, success, it's moving, right? Can we get a thumbs up on it's moving?
Oh yeah.
Because the way I started out, it was wrong. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we do need to do a decorator, but I think I want to do the chase first, and then we'll go back and see in what situation the decorator will call the patrol. So let's go to chase. Hopefully my words are making sense. Did I just make sense?
Can you repeat it?
Yep. So here in the tree, the decorator is always going to be the thing that's the check. It's the condition. What is the condition where the character is patrolling? And then we'll need to go back and do a decorator that asks what is the condition where the character is chasing. So I just wanted to make sure you understood that, and that's usually the blue thing right here, the decorator. So I wanted to make sure that y'all are with me. I don't want to lose anybody. Okay, it's a lot. 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 Okay. I will backtrack, but let's get it going. All right. So we're going to go to the chase. The chase is going to be receive execute AI as well. So here, receive execute. Once it receives the notice, execute the AI. We'll do another move to. And we'll do the control pawn as the target. The destination will leave here, but we're going to get the player as the target actor who we're looking for. We're going to get the player character. There was a time in like 4.27 and 5.2 where in order for any of this to work, you had to cast to the third person character. So it just kind of shows you how they're rethinking their code and how they're doing everything. So we're going to finish the execute again. So we'll right click. You always have to finish these with some type of executional function. You just, it's fired off. This is the execute. You always have to finish with one of these. So if you're coding and things don't work, if you don't have this, this is probably the reason why. So we'll tick this one to true. On success, false, we'll leave it there. All right, so this is the chase. And at some point, I feel like I'm going to need to slow down the movement because it is like hauling it. And I feel like it's going to be in this radius here. But we're not really talking about time yet. So we'll get there in a minute. All right, so back in the behavior tree, we're going to do another sequence. Let's see if it'll allow me to do it. No. Why not? Why not? Selectors, select sequence. Let me just pull out of here and just point to it. I think it needs the decorator. Okay, the reason why this is not working, oh, sorry, y'all, is because there's no condition. Once I put a condition in here, it will allow me to do two different sequences. Once I do the sequences, then it has something to check. Otherwise, this is not going to know what to do. Even if I came down and tried to do, and see, it's not even giving me the option to do the chase. It's because it doesn't know in what situation does it execute this one or that one. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just double checking notes as usual, y'all know. I wanted to check my decorator. So here, I'm going to click on this and I want to add a decorator and what do we want to call it? I think it is seeing. Let's do it this way. Add a new decorator. It's going to be of blueprint base. And we'll call it decorator is seeing. And let me double check something. Because I feel like I'm about to do extra work and it's not right. Control. Let me go back to the behavior tree. There's something I'm looking for. Because if you look down here, it's already got the is seeing. Blackboard notes. And I have an alert here because wait 1 second, y'all. Double checking everything. Note name. So I do need this thing to continue to work. Okay, there it is. Sorry. All right. So before we set up a decorator, had a whole name, and I know y'all saw me just go in here to this decorator is seeing, not season, but seeing. I actually want to delete that. Because we already have the variable in the Blackboard, and let me save and point to it. We have this variable here. We can do a generic decorator of type Blackboard because it's going to check that variable. And now we have to add the parameters around this. So basically, in the detail panel, we want to, on result change, it is or it is not seeing, we want to make sure that we are observing or aborting with ourselves. Let's say there's a mirror or something, it sees itself, don't ask, because otherwise it's going to be in an infinite loop. Then the key query is set, and the Blackboard key that we're querying is seeing. Does everybody understand what I just did? This says we're going to patrol until we see or change the event of the Blackboard key. Change the Boolean. It is either yes, we see, or no, we don't see. Everybody understand that?
Yeah, and the other thing that you deleted earlier, was that like contradicting this new
Yes.
Blackboard you're making? Okay.
Yes, it was. This was, I was trying to make it more complicated because I think in in one of the others, it's either like the character lead, we actually did do a decorator, right? But it is still a decorator, it's just default, and all we have to do is change it over here, okay? So we're actually gonna do another one. Now I believe that I can do the sequence, so let's try it, sequence. Dun, 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 dun. No, it didn't let me. Let me finish off what I'm gonna do. Oh. User error. User error. Don't make the user error. Here's why. From root, it needs to be able to select. It's right here in my face. Now I can select either this or. Everybody see what mistake I made? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. So when I take the selector away, these are still on the same level. Do you see that?
Mhm.
It's going to try to execute both functions. And it's
Oh.
telling me I don't want to do that. See how it disconnects from the other one? It's
Yeah.
saying I don't want to. So we have to give it the opportunity to select which sequence based on exactly what I explained earlier. Which sequence is it selecting based on the condition? That selector, and when I tell y'all it's sitting in my face, it's literally here in my face. It just goes back to show them off. That's how good. All right, so listen, can't laugh at yourself. Okay, so this side will be the side where we execute the chase, but also the attack. So the overall sequence is going to be called attack because within the chase, it's going to be chasing, and then when it gets close enough, it's going to attack. So we'll call it that. And then what we'll also do is go ahead and set up the condition, okay? So we'll go ahead and add a new decorator. I'm just right-clicking, add decorator, Blackboard, and this time we're going to tell it to also set, we probably could have pasted that. So we're gonna do on a result change. We'll do the self as well here. And then is set, and then is seeing. All right, so both of these should say that it's set. It's either gonna be set that it does see me, and now it knows that it should either chase or attack. We're gonna set that up in just a second. All right? Everybody still with me? Don't let me lose you, please. Everybody still with me?
We're
And
good.
okay, I'm gonna do a whole lot of saving right
I
now.
do have a question though.
Go for it.
So with the way these selectors work, because I mean, most of the stuff we've done so far has
Mhm.
been kind of like either or
Mm-hmm.
type of situations.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say we are working on something that's not like either or. How does the selector does it always go like left to right, or like so
Yeah.
you have to put in a specific order, or
Yes.
can you just kind of throw it in however?
No, you have to put it in a specific order. Even over here on the attack, if I put attack versus chase, it'll just stop what it's doing, and regardless of whether or not it sees us, it will attack, right? So we'll
Oh,
see it in action in just a second. Even if I put a weight over here, and that's what the beauty of this thing is. We can see the orange lines, right? So I suggest we play with it so you can see it and see what the character does. Okay? So when we get there, I'll definitely make sure I show it to you, okay? That's a
All
really
right.
great question.
Yeah. So the selector is like the thing that like numbers the boxes, and like the sequence can play like animation or like specific things.
Yes. Yes, that's a good way to describe it. So it's selecting which one it wants to do based on the condition.
Uh,
The patrol is I don't see them. The attack is I see them. But it's able to select. Again, if I get rid of the selector, it's only going to want me to choose one of them to execute. Right? If I go back and do this, I can't, it will not allow me to do both. So you have to have the selector. And that's why it'll choose which one it does. But if you don't have the decorator or the condition, then it's still not going to know what to do. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
If no, say no. It's okay. It's a lot. And we may have to, let's get the chase in here. And then when I'll zoom out so we can see. And and then we'll watch this execute. Okay? Everybody good with that? I assume the answer is yes. Okay.
Sorry, I'm tabbing around.
No, you're good. Okay, so the two that we have done are patrol and chase. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring in the chase. So that should be BT chase. And then the other one that we're accustomed to is wait, right? So we can do a wait over here and do it for like, I don't know, 2 seconds. And this is just for us to play. We can do one over here as well so we can see what happens. And I'm going to make sure that I step out of the way so it can't see me. So let's move it over here. We know it's going to move, which is great. Yeah, that's a little irritating right there. And turn its back to me. I just want to make sure it's moving. And its manipulator is all muddled up according to the universe. So, all right, and then where am I? I'm gonna come over here so we can watch. And then let me zoom out. Okay, so don't forget we have a wait, a patrol, and if it sees me, it may still wait before it chases. Okay, so let's see if we can frame that up well. Oh, it's broken. It's not doing a thing. Y'all see that? What did I break? I definitely broke something. Set, seeing. Let me make sure. Let me deselect this. Give me a second. Let me get it back to working. Oh, it doesn't even like patrol. A yar. Okay. Delete. It still wants the sequence. It doesn't like the condition. Let me put it back where I had it. All right, so it should not have to see me in order to move. That's interesting. What did I do to break it? Oh yeah, that sucker's so broken. All right, let's go see if we can go fix it. Let's go identify what's going on. All right, I'm going to start in the blueprint because let me see what I've missed in the blueprint. We know that we execute in the AI controller. And where else? All right, I'm double checking everything. Let's see. When the blueprint, well, let's control. All right, if you see that where I've messed up, just scream. Run the blueprint. Run the
Do you,
behavior tree.
oh, do you
Go
need
ahead.
to put the execute at the end of the
No, those are inside of the tasks where we have to do that.
oh,
Yeah. Self is seeing Boolean, yes. So all of that is good. Let me make sure we're still in the controller. So enemy main controller, I'm double checking names, I'm double checking everything. Setting, we've got the interface. EP main, characters, good. All right, what else? Let's go to the behavior tree. Let me double check. I'm glad you said that. Let me double check all of these. Do a sequence. And then we'll do. So I've got to backtrack and trace, right? Because it was working. Am I right? Okay. Okay. So we've got the sequence that feels like, oh, I wonder if this 5-second wait is what's causing it. Because that's a long time, don't y'all think?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so let's redo it. And let's get this selected. I just need to do it one at a time to make sure this is still working. Save. See, that's not even firing off now. Okay. Okay. All right, so do y'all understand how I'm trying to walk through it to make sure that things are working? Do y'all understand this? Yes or no?
I do, but have you do you like use debug mode or anything?
No, I never do. I don't have time to be reading.
Okay. I was just wondering because I was like I use debug mode a lot in Unity and I've been like kind of confused on using it in Unreal.
Yeah, no, I don't use it because it's just easy for me to do what I'm showing you.
Mm-hmm.
Just, just let me do it and see what works.
Yeah.
Okay, so do y'all see that? That is so firing off. What that shows me, and I'm glad you asked about the debug mode, it shows me that my code is working. But there's something wrong with my condition, right?
Flickering
So,
on it.
oh yeah. Okay. So I need to. The question is, I need to check these two conditions, and I have no problem deleting this. This is really nothing. Okay, so if the situation is wrong because of the selector or the condition, then that it's very easy. It was easy for me to figure out not what it is, but where it is. Does that make sense, everybody? Yes or no? Hello, thumbs up. I
I
need to
want to
hear
say
from you.
yes, but I just keep talking, so
Okay, no, you say yes. All right, so I'm gonna look at this condition. Is seeing is not set. This one is, oh, look. The conditions are the same.
oh yeah.
Y'all see what I just did?
Mm-hmm.
Something as simple as that. So now we do this, we reset it back up. Wow. All right, let me zoom back out. Make sure we can see it. And then I need to move. All right. Hello? Oh, it ran into a wall. That's awesome. That's new. Oh, oh. So it doesn't see me. So the question is that on the pond sensing? Y'all see that? Because it looks a little blind. Does everybody see what I'm talking about? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes.
that's back in the air controller. We go to pond sensing and take a look at that. Air controller. Yeah, I think I need to widen this. And that's in the hearing threshold. I don't need that. Sight radius. Let's go up here. Let's do this on 80. All right, let's go see if it can see me better now. And some of these numbers you're just gonna have to tweak until you like it. All right, that running into the wall was problematic. I ran out of the radius of what it could see, but I don't know if what I just said was true. That's new. I need to figure out what that is. Hello?
I mean, moving.
It is moving, clearly not chasing. So let's go here and check the chase. It might be something as simple as this. Let's compile and save and see if that changed it. Nope. Yeah, I want to look at the pond sensing again and see if I missed something. Because it still is ignoring me, which is not nice. And so let me look at some stats on the pond sensing. 1.5, 80. Sees ponds. How is that off? I'll check that off. Only senses players. Let's turn that off. That might have been the answer. All right, and then I want to keep looking here because this will tell me if we ever get to a situation where it sees me. I think the acceptance radius basically says, am I within a radius where it sees me? Now it should go back to patrolling. You shouldn't see me. Y'all see that? So I may still have to tweak that number. That says that it sees me. Now I have no place to run. And how are you seeing me behind a door?
Is there like a parameter on the mesh of the door that has to be checked to like block
No,
perception?
no. I really want to keep running to see when it can't see me. Because it shouldn't see me way over here. So that is something I need to check because it feels like we're in a loop. Y'all see that? It's not stopping. So good to know. I'm going to check some other places. And then there was one other thing. I just lowered that down a little bit. the BT chase. Compile and save. Let me go back to the patrol as well. I'm going to check these numbers. I may have to take these numbers down. But here in the controller on the pond sensing, I'm interested to see how I can tweak these numbers. Hey, y'all give me 1 second, okay? Sorry, some days I have to make sure everything's good when my brother calls. Okay, so let me go here. I'm just gonna set these numbers to some previous numbers that I had. And see if it actually makes a difference. I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna matter. And me thinking through what it could be, I don't think that matters. But I feel like it's this. But I'm gonna leave it because at this point it's moving, right? Let me run it one more time. I did not mean to do that. Let's go here because I want us to see it. And I'll have to figure out why we're in a loop. And right then it should have seen us. So I may check the conditions again. Yeah, it just feels like I have to be super close I did it again. Super close for it to see me. So I will look into that, but I will count it as a itty bitty bit of success. And then we'll go ahead and we'll do the final attack. While I have y'all here, let me remind y'all about the assignment that's due on Thursday, okay? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and knock out the task for the attack. What we won't see is the enemy attack just yet. So let's go do that. It's pretty quick and dirty. And I'm starting to smell a soup now. So let's go here and we're gonna create a new task, a blueprint base, and call it BTT_attack. And what we want to do is the execute AI again. And this time, let me verify, there's only one thing to call. What we're calling is this function, okay? That's what we're calling. And we'll have to give it some more parameters, but for now, all we have to do is enemy attack. And it's a message that references that interface. And then it'll be from control pond to target. So compile and save, and we'll go ahead and fire it up in here. And so it's going to be on this side, okay? So in order to do what I messed up on earlier with the selector, this time we have to do a simple parallel. So instead of doing a selector here, like we did up here, we'll do a simple parallel, which means that these two things can work in tandem, not either or, but they can work in tandem, okay? So what I mean by that, when I do a simple parallel, is the character can chase me, and then the character can also attack. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay, but what if I want the character to chase me, attack, and then pause? We can't do it this way. We have to now do another sequence because the wait is a part of the attack. You really have to try it to see how you want to set it up in 5 seconds. It's not a thing. To see how you want to set it up, but these work in tandem. And so let's get through this. And as we start to get the characters in here, the creatures in here, and get it to where they can now run and hit, and we see the animations, it'll all start to come together. And then we may even have to tweak these. But for now, let's make sure this person, this creature, this character is moving. So let's keep that going. I just still have a problem with 1, the speed, and 2, the vision. Like, it should have seen me by now. So if there was an animation, it would have attacked. So chase. But I don't see it going over to the weight. And one of the reasons why it's not going over to the weight is because it's waiting on what? Y'all see how it's working in tandem with the simple parallel? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So the wait is after it does something. So when we call the attack animation, then we'll fire off the wait because it's going to wait for that animation to complete. Right now, though, man, it's working. Okay. Let me come to a pause right quick. Let me run downstairs and make sure I'm not burning stuff up. Everybody good?
Yep. Ready.
Okay, I'm just double checking chat. Are y'all trying to walk through with me? Okay, you just make comments. Got it. Okay. Let us now go into our blueprint. And we're going to click on the mesh. And let me get over to the viewport so I can see. And we're just going to choose Rampage. So go down here to the skeletal mesh and type in Rampage. And he should have a few different looks. Let's see what this one is. All right, the reason why he looks like that is because of his animation blueprint, but that just looks terrible. Let's go look at the other one. I'm more worried about look right now than anything, even though it looks terrible. Kind of hard to see. Oh, that one fits my level. Okay, so let's go see what his animation blueprint is. Page. Animation blueprint. There we go. Ooh, he's got fire. I like it. Let me look at it. I want to look at all of them, I think. So when you start to change out your mesh, just make sure you change your animation blueprint, okay? Animation class. You'll be using the blueprint for the character. I cannot. They did too much on that one. I'm going to go back to the elemental because that works. All right, so there's a few things, but let's just get in here and make sure he's moving. He might slide. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, that makes me super happy. Except for the fact that he's running into the wall. I need to figure out why they keep stopping right there at the wall.
Do
All
they
right.
spawn there?
No, I don't think so. No, he spawns in the kind of in the middle. I just think that's odd. All right, what do I want to do next? What do we do next? We need to. I want to do. What do I want to do? We already have that. We already have that. We probably need to do the montage. I think that's a great thing to do. Let's look at the montage. So there's a lot of blueprints that have to happen. And I'm trying to debate on whether or not I want to get into these right now because there's the blueprint that allows it to take damage, one that allows it to accept damage. You also have to go over and make sure that the player can do some things as well. Let me look. I think we can set up the montage for the attack. So let me show you that. Let me double check one more thing. Because we need to go over and look at all the animations. So there's a primary attack. Okay. All right, so let's go see what Rampage's animations look like. So, hello, Rampage. Characters. Rampage effects. Let's do it up here. All right, so I'm looking specifically for an attack. Aim. Let's see what this. I mean, that's clear when he attacks, right? Because if we scrub the timeline, put a pause here. If we scrub the timeline, boom, right in here would be where he would attack, right? Everybody see that? I
Mhm.
actually like that. Looks the same. When you attack melee, I usually like it when there's like a double attack. I don't mind that over, but I think I'm gonna go attack melee. His backhand. Let's go with this one. This first one. No, there's already one in here that says montage. These are important. This is what we're going to set up, but so we'll use the other one. So what we need to do is to right click on, I think that's where we do it. I'm going to actually move this. Give me 1 second, font animation. Yep. So on the sequence, I don't see what I'm looking for. It's right here. So this is what we're looking for. When you find the animation you want to right click and go to create and create anim montage. Okay. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to put, instead of one, I'm going to put E main. So I know it's mine. And then I'm going to move it into my folder. So it's the one that's not saved. And then I'm going to move it over here and hit move here. And then I'm going to go here and get rid of that. All right, so when you double click inside, the reason why we want it to look here is because we need to set where it calls the function to play the montage. It is just a play. Notifies here, there's going to be some situations where you don't see a notification, but what I think I want to do is go set up the blueprint so you can understand why we need the notifies in this. Okay, so let's go do that. All right, let's see. Do I need any variables? I think I do. All right, so let's go into the blueprint. Yep. And let me see if I can give myself some room. Make sure I'm in the right place. Yep. So I'm going to call the event enemy attack. Again, that is the one that's inside of the interface, the interfacier. So we're going to call this out the gate in the blueprint. So we're going to right click and enemy attack. So we need to make sure this is the right thing. It is not. We may have to make our own. The reason why this is not is because it's a message. It's not an event. So let's right click and let's do a custom event. And we'll name it enemy attack. So y'all see the difference?
I think so.
Yes, no, okay. So one's blue and one's red. We got that one. Let me
Yeah.
just make sure that I didn't miss it because we already have it set up, we shouldn't have to create a new event. So hold tight for me. I hate I can't move that up. Y'all see this? Do y'all see the difference? So this is the message from the function. This is a custom event that I just created. This is what I'm looking for. Why? Because it says from BPI enemy main. This is BPI enemy main. Everybody see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Also, let me point to this. In the attack, it calls this function from the interface to now execute what we're about to create. Okay, so it all ties in together. So you got to make sure you get the right one. All right. Because nothing would have worked had I gotten the wrong one. So out the gate, we're going to hold down B and get a branch. And the condition under it, the condition in which we see or check the condition we're checking for, I'm trying to get it out, is whether or not we're attacking. So we do need a variable, and we'll end up setting that variable later. But the variable that we need is going to be a Boolean. And we're going to call it is attacking. It's more of a question. Are we attacking? And let's see, do I need to expose this anywhere? No. So we're just going to get it. And this is the not is not attacking. This is a not Boolean, not the not equal to, but not bool. If you are not attacking, that's the condition. So basically, if you are attacking, right, then what are we going to do? We're going to play a montage. This is where the animation we were just looking at is going to come into play. So we're going to come in here and do play montage. We'll finish it off shortly. So it's not the function, it's just the play montage. We will identify the montage right here, but the montage will be on the mesh. Okay, so we're going to drag mesh here, just drag and drop. Again, we'll come back and set this. Let's see, play rate is fine. It depends. We may have to slow down the play rate, but for now we're good. And then if it has completed, we're going to set it back to false, which is it's not attacking. So let's do that here. We're going to set if it's completed. If the montage is completed, it says we are no longer attacking. If we're not attacking, we need to, if we are attacking, we need to set it to true. That is so confusing. I will make sure I circle it, but make sure you check this top one, okay? And then later we'll come back and notice here you see the notify begin. This will be so important for us when we get ready to deal damage, right? Because it is when that paw, claw, whatever it is, we're going to put a sphere here. And when that sphere intersects with the character is when we take damage. So the notify is going to go right here. Okay, boom. 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 All right, so pay attention to that. Let's see that person up there. Okay, are y'all still with me? So far, so good?
Yeah.
All right, I see thumbs up. All right. So I'm back here in the blueprint where we want to execute the montage to play. We will know we're successful if it runs up to me and it starts to try to hit me, okay? We will watch the behavior tree to see if it's doing what it's supposed to do. So right here, montage to play, I should be able to drag and drop. Yep. So if you don't want to hit the drop down and scroll through all that fun stuff, just drag it and drop it. Again, we will come back soon and do the notify begin when we get ready to deal damage. That will be next week. So let's, holding my breath. Let's come here. And we want to at least be able to do that, okay? So fingers crossed. I think we still have the issue of it seeing me, which I'll have to work through. And he's just moving so fast. So he didn't play the animation. All right, so let me think through playing the animation. Rigid. Go for it, I hear somebody. Hello? Everybody good, except for this not working? I think I need to go ahead and set up that notify. So right here is where I would want it to hit. Right there. All I have to do is I'm on the notify track. Let me verify I'm on the right track. Yeah, to be on the one track right here. That's where I want it to hit. I'm going to add a new notify, montage notify. Let me do that again. So right here where I want it to strike the character, the player. I'm going to come right here under notify, go to track 1, right click, add a notify, montage notify. I think that's all I need to do. And hit save, and let's see if he does it now. He may not. I may have to wait until we do the deal the damage. I do want to slow him down. Non-nanite performance affected. Okay. So he's not hitting. I think I have to wait until he deals damage. But the framework is set up. So I think that I would like to stop here. That's a lot of work. I'm going to double check and see if there was something that I may have missed. So give me 1 second. And attack. Nope. Nope. Let's see. Nope. Yeah, I think the deal damage is gonna help us do a lot more. So I say, let's do one more thing and then I'll call it a day. So I'm gonna save. So let's go down and we're gonna right click and we're gonna make a user interface and we'll make a blueprint widget. And we're gonna just do a user widget and we'll call it widget blueprint WB underscore enemy main health. And we're just going to put a box over his head so that we can see his health. All right. So I'm going to double click and go in. Maybe. There it is. We'll get a canvas. Canvas. We'll get a canvas panel. And then we will get a, I think it's called a health bar. Health. Is it bar? Let's see what is it. Yeah, progress bar. Progress bar. We'll put it in the panel. We will click on it and name it enemy health. Yeah, we'll change the name here. We do want to leave is variable checked because we'll want to check the status of it. And then what we want to do is we're going to anchor it to the center. So if you click anchor, you can, that's what this white thing is. You anchor it to the center. And then I would like to, the X and Y position, we're going to zero them out. And then, let's see, size I'm going to put at 400 maybe. And then I need to move it, let's see. It needs to be centered. Where's my center? Alignment. Alignment. I think it's 0.5 and 0.5 here. 0.5, yeah. All right. So now I'm going to change the color. Let's zoom in here so we can see it. I want to be able to put a percentage in here. Let me see where that is. Capacity. No, I've skipped my notes because I'm just like, yeah. Let's change the fill capacity. Change it to red. There's some variable stuff we do need to do in here, but might end up waiting. Let's see, what's next? Okay. It's right here. Mask, so the percentage is gonna be 0.6, that's where. So that basically says it's like 60%, this is at 70%. So this is his health for the moment. Want to do it at 100%, you just do it at 1. So that's, I was looking for percentage while I was just looking at that. We're gonna leave this here and at least get it set up over his head. So what we need to do is add a widget. We'll go back here, and we will come to the components. I'm in the blueprint for the character. And I just need to add a widget. And we will call it health widget. And let's see what I need to do. I think I need to call it. What widget? All right, let me check my notes and then I promise I'll be done today. What bar is it? Yep. All right, one more blueprint. Here we go. Let's get it done. So this one's on event begin play. We just want to draw it and see it work. On event begin play, we're going to create the widget. Create widget. What widget is going to be the one we just created? So enemy, main health. And then we are going to add it to the viewport. All right, and then let's see, we're going to choose the return value as the target. Also going to promote it to a variable, so I'm right clicking and promote to variable so that it's something that we can set. And then we're going to set the widget. So it actually comes over here. Double click, double click, double click, there we go. Do that. All right, so we'll compile and save all. And the only thing at this point that I want to see is the doohickey over his head, which is not over his head. So, where'd I go wrong? Where is it? Health widget. That's why. But I do not see it. So, I did miss a step. Checking notes. Hold, please. Do-do, do-do, do-do-do. All right, this is where we will begin next week. Let me just see if it pops up. I doubt it, but it's there. Yeah, it's on my screen as opposed to over his head. Yeah, everybody see that? So it's just added to my viewport. We'll come back and end up doing that for our character, but I'll look into making everything a lot smoother next week. Of course, you'll have this video, but focus in on what's coming up for Thursday. I'm gonna update everything on iCollege. Let me pause for questions. Any questions at the moment?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So for the character creator assignment, are we just still just creating the character?
Yeah, that's all you can do.
Okay.
Yeah, without it breaking.
Yeah, I just wanted to double check.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you asked that. Let me open up iCollege right quick so we can just go over it. Thanks for asking that. And you just cussed at me, right? You said character creator.
Or yeah, I meant to say metahuman.
Don't be cussing at me. No, just playing.
Character creator is my goat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can goat somewhere else.
Come on. How can you ride for? I'm not gonna do this. Never mind.
It's very easy. Very easy. Very
How can you
easy.
ride for metahumans when it looks like that?
What it looks like, oh,
Like, it looks like spaghetti.
well, that's not a metahuman problem. That's a conversational AI problem. So
Okay, you're right. You're right.
yeah.
You gotta stay. You gotta
good.
stay.
It's so good. Yeah, I was disappointed, and I've been looking for a solution ever since, and I cannot find one. So on the rubric, it's really simple. Just walk through the process of making it. It's really it was a cool way to give context to your story and your level. But if conversational AI is changing things and we can't get it to work, we've come this far. Let's just walk through the process. So it's just the process of creating the character and then rigging it, right? Just walk through that process again and pull it into your level, because that part should be easy. My character's all muddled up because I added the conversational AI. So just pull it into your level. And then the enemies, those 3 ways, turn that in, and then we'll start to do the final way. But I don't think that this next assignment is due for maybe 2 weeks. So I'm trying to get in as much as possible. Let's see. Well, it is. We'll see how much we get done. I might end up moving that back here. Okay, so don't stress, because that might be too much. All right, everybody. I think I am going to just go ahead and move it to week 7, because I'd like for you to bring in the character, change it up, get the health, make sure it's doing all its doohickey thingamabob. Actually, I just merged these two because of the breakdown in conversational AI. So I do want to just finish this. That gives you a week off on 2 weeks of no assignments due. That could be a welcome break. So I'll update this and take this out. Okay. What I'm going to do though is leave the points and probably move the points to the final. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I like this. Some of this may change as well. So I will post this. Let me think through it, because replacing the character mesh we did today, right? So a lot of this, like I need to edit this, for a final assignment because I had to push it forward. So replacing the mesh, this is more about the character update. I will probably switch these around, but again, instead of me sitting here trying to figure it out, I'll just post in the update for y'all, okay? And I'll make sure I circle it. Okay?
Heard.
Cool beans. I'm gonna stop the video. Dun, dun, dun.